Without the Black Death, Europe's population would have continued to grow exponentially during the 14th century. Historical records suggest pre-plague Europe had a population of around 75 million. Without the devastating mortality, this number could have doubled by 1400. The continent would have seen unprecedented urban expansion, with cities like Paris and London potentially reaching populations of 200,000 much earlier. Agricultural innovations like the heavy plow and three-field system would have been pushed to their limits to feed this growing population. Trade networks would have expanded faster, accelerating cultural exchange. By the mid-15th century, Europe would have faced severe resource constraints. With populations potentially reaching 150 million, farmland would have become scarce as forests were cleared for agriculture. Soil depletion would have reduced crop yields, leading to rising food prices. Contemporary accounts from similar periods describe how population pressure led to smaller landholdings. Without the Black Death's demographic reset, the average peasant might have worked just 5 acres compared to the historical 15. Urban centers would have struggled with sanitation, with garbage piling up in streets and wells becoming contaminated. The resource scarcity would have exacerbated social tensions. Without the labor shortage caused by the Black Death, workers' wages would have remained low, while landowner profits soared. Historical parallels suggest peasant revolts, like the 1381 English uprising, might have occurred more frequently and violently. The wealth gap would have been extreme. While merchants and nobles lived in luxury, most families would have crowded into single-room dwellings. Church records from actual 14th century show how such conditions often led to increased crime rates and social fragmentation. Faced with rural poverty, millions would have migrated to cities, accelerating urbanization by centuries. Historical data shows pre-plague cities were already straining. Without the Black Death's temporary relief, cities might have reached 500,000 inhabitants by 1450. The infrastructure would have been overwhelmed. Existing walls would have been inadequate, leading to massive shantytowns outside city limits. Chroniclers like Froissart described how medieval cities struggled with such growth. Without the plague's interruption, these problems would have intensified, potentially leading to earlier urban planning innovations. By the 16th century, Europe would have developed differently. The intense population pressure might have spurred earlier technological innovations, perhaps the agricultural revolution occurring a century sooner. Cultural practices would have adapted. Marriage ages might have risen further to control fertility. Archaeological evidence suggests such adaptations occurred in other high-density medieval societies. Population structure would have been younger overall, with different inheritance patterns potentially leading to new family structures. This alternate Europe might have colonized other continents earlier, driven by its demographic pressures.